Right, here we are now, just leaving Loddon. As far as I'm concerned, this is the second time. Not the second time I've left Loddon, the second time I've done this video. Something thing crashed on me, didn't it, again? And when I went back to publish it, it hadn't saved. I'd done the full video basically from here now to Rockland St Mary. Well, these things happen, so here we go. I think I said on the first one that it's another glorious morning. It might be a bit fresh because obviously it's October, late October. But let's just enjoy this little cruise up the Chet. Now I think I did speak about the old mast as well that was a bit farther up. Now you don't get to see it on this video because I didn't have the camera running at that part, but where we went for the walk, when you turn off the river to go back onto the Wherryman's Way, there was an old wherry's mast. Now I can't remember the name of the old wherry, but it's disappeared, and I'm just wondering what's the history of which wherry it was on. Does anybody know? And where has it gone? Where did it come from? Where did it go? On the footage when we was coming down the Chet towards the state, did I mention about the barbecue stations at Pies Mill? Well, I'll mention it again if I did. There are a few barbecue stations. Do you know people sometimes do silly things like putting the disposable barbecues on the key heading or on the grass and burn things? Well, they've got little stations along here, in the little, I don't know if you can see them from here. Oh, there's one just to the right there, well, it's gone past now. But there's another one just there. Can you see it? Behind these guys here, a little stand. Yeah, there's a few of those, so they're quite handy, aren't they? And sorry, fisherman, for disturbing you.
Yeah.
As you can see, it can be quite narrow in places on the Chet, and this guy here kindly waited for us to pass. Now a few years ago they'd cut all these reeds completely back, and I was disappointed because I like the narrow stretch, and it was just barren land, but they'd replanted it all and it's grown back now with a vengeance on it, as you can see. And yeah, but in some places it can be very narrow, but nothing to worry about. You just take your time. Now the broom boats are not allowed down here, or the majority of them, because they're over 12 foot wide. They don't let you come down the Chet. Right, so in the distance we can see the Cantley sugar factory, and we will soon be out onto the main river, up the Yare. Now here we are approaching Cantley Sugar Factory, and I've had to slightly reduce the volume on the clips now because we're on the main river and the wind, there's no muffler on this camera at the front of the boat, so it does pick the wind up a lot. It's a shame really, because a lot of people, myself included, like to hear the surrounds. And some people don't even like the music, they'd rather just listen to the sounds of the river. But when the camera's picking the wind up, it can be awful, so I'd rather reduce that. Yeah, well, I mentioned that in the last video that none of these little narrations that I'm doing are scripted at all. Thing is, the amount of times though I'll start off doing one like now and then I'll cock up and then I swear really lot and badly and I have to start again. Now, you know how they do outtakes? I couldn't dare do an outtake of the volume of the voiceovers that I do. My god, I get closed down off YouTube. There's no prizes for getting this right, but leave a comment below if you know what British sugar was called before it became British sugar. I know. That's only because I googled it. Don't google it, you've got to know it or not. The building you can see straight ahead is the reed cutters. I've only ever been in there twice, and it was only recently that I went in at all. That was, oh, I can't remember what year it was. Possibly 2-3 years ago. It was me, Christine, my brother Jeff, his wife Alison. We was on Silver Cloud and we was coming back from Rockland, so, and it was a late afternoon crossing, so we planned it where we'd just take a nice leisurely cruise. Anyway, we thought we were going to be a bit too early, so we said, well, it'd be rude not to, we've never been in, let's go and check it out. So me and Jeff went inside the pub, had a pint, and the girls had put a DVD on, they were watching a film, I don't know what it was, some girly thing, and well, we had 2 pints actually, and then, well, we got back to the boat thinking that they'd be on our case for staying in the pub. And they said, "What are you doing? We're watching the film, it's not finished yet, go back to the pub." So we had to go back. Terrible. As you can see on the left, we have some free moorings, so if you can't get in at the stead and you just fancy something to eat in the new inn, then you can moor here, and it's about a 15-minute walk from here. It's not too bad at all, really. This path here is quite decent, and then as you get a little bit farther down on the Broad itself, behind the bird-eyed, that's a nice path as well. The thing is with Rockland Broad, you don't want to be mud waiting in there because, well, not for long. There is a place on the left here where I've seen boats mud waiting while the kids have been playing on the paddle boards and so on. In fact, I think Thunder was loitering round here when we came down in July, August. But they've got clearly marked channels, and it's best to stick to them because it's really, really shallow. It's always nice when you get to about this point to see spaces down at the bottom. There is quite a few moorings here. It's not extensive, but the facilities they've got electric. They haven't got any water. I think there's 2 electric posts. Now I like this house. Christine doesn't like this house. She said it's too glassy. But I think it's alright. I like it. Other than the electric, you've got the New Inn, which is a lovely pub. We've eaten in there a few times and it's always been good. If you go right from the Staithe, there's a little village store about 15-minute walk away. If you go left, you're heading towards what's the name of the place? But where we did our walk anyway, I can't remember the name of the place. But it wasn't the best walk, that, because we stuck to the road. If you go past the pub up towards the village, so if you're going right up the hill and you're going past the pub which is on your left, a little bit farther up there's a little path. Now that'll take you all the way over the fields at the back. Now that's a much better walk, but because of the weather, you can see the clouds now getting a little bit on the grey side. Well, it did rain a little bit, but by the time we was going on the walk it had stopped raining, and it turned out quite nice in the end, Mother. I won't do that one again. What do you get if you cross George Formby with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Please don't put answers in the comments. I'll get in trouble again. I have been fishing down here, and I think it's really only in the warmer months, because I think they go back to deeper waters in the colder months. But you can get mullets up here. When I first saw them shoaling underneath that platform just to the right there, I thought they were chub, and I thought, no, they can't be chub. And then anyway, it turns out they were mullet, and I couldn't catch them. Could I? I tried everything. I tried bread. Well, all the bait I had, I tried everything. No, they weren't having it, was they? Now, I've never seen a shark up here, and I hope I don't. Well, except for Carl, he's a bit of a shark. But don't worry about sharks, because it's a common, well-known fact that they'll only attack you if you're wet. So don't get wet.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Part 6, we leave Rockland St Mary, we're heading up towards Norwich, and then from Norwich we go to Brampton Common. Now I've just looked at my list of video clips that I've got, and I've got quite a lot for the next day's footage. So I've no idea how many episodes I'll get out of it. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you're enjoying them, let me know. If you're not enjoying them, let me know. Well, if you're not enjoying them, go and watch somebody else's.